Welcome to ATB TV for the 8th of December, Friday. We're miles apart, Darren. We've got a telephone out. We've sort of got a camcorder pointing at my laptop, so it's a little disjointed, but I think we'll get the message across with our runners and results.
Yep, on the phone today, Pete. Just at the airport, heading back to, bound for Melbourne. If they tell me it's quite windy down there, so hopefully I won't get blown away on landing.
Windy and warm and wet coming. Typical Ballarat Cup eve.
Well, Ballarat Cup, it's either stinking hot or freezing cold, so unfortunately it looks like they're going to cop some rain.
Yeah, anyway, that's what it's like. We've had a funny old spring and it's just going to continue through, so the unknown of the weather. Hey, we had 4 runners to talk about. 4ths and 5ths was the name of the game last week. And we've got 3 to talk about. Just had a late scratching with Crackerjack Prince, who won't go around at Ballarat tomorrow. But we'll head back to Geelong last Thursday. Arthurian Princess finished 4th. I think there's been some announcements made with the horse in regards to what we do going forward.
Yes, look, it's not an ATB horse as such. It's a horse that a few of us are in. By Camelot, but Simon Lyle's team have decided that she'll go online this week, so she will go up for auction, and I guess we have to decide whether we just let her go or whether we attempt to buy her back ourselves and just see if we can turn her form around. It hasn't been hopeless, but no. She's shown a little bit of times, but she's a tricky one to assess, but at this stage she'll be going online next week.
No worries, yeah. Like you said, her racing hasn't been awful, but anyway, they've made a decision and we'll assess as the next week or 2 unfolds. Saturday, Caulfield, Hasseltoff, 3rd run from a spell. The wet did hit, which probably didn't suit, but I thought he ran good and it just fits him up cherry ripe now for, New Year's Day, I think is the plan, the race that he's won the 2 previous years.
Yeah, he just got too far out of his ground there. Back last, length behind the second last horse. Made a big run around him and whacked away to the line quite good. As you said, that should bring him to his top. And the whole program is about getting him ready for the summer racing, which he seems to thrive on. He's one of the few horses that seems to thrive on rock hard tracks and hot weather, Pete.
Yeah.
A bit like yourself.
Yeah, about 35 years ago. He loves Flemington. Like, he's just a dead set Flemington horse. Like you said, hot weather. Look, he's right to go. I don't think there's a race in between. I think they're quite happy to give him the 3 or 4 weeks to New Year's Day.
He's had his 3 prime runs.
Yep.
And it's ships ahoy on the 1st of January.
He's a horse that you can just keep ticking over nicely too, so that sets him up for, let's hopefully see 2 or 3 months of summer racing where he can pick off a couple.
Exactly.
Newcastle, we had Miss Brittany. I thought she would have ran home better than she did. She was okay, 5th, beaten 4.5.
Well, talking to the owners after the race, we're all a little bit concerned because she travelled up nice, but when he went for her, she sort of just whacked away. And we know that a big stable like Chris Waller's, they're pretty harsh on their assessments, and they're the first ones to say, look, she's not going to cut the mustard or move her on, or they don't sort of hold back.
No.
So we're all very nervous waiting for the post-race report. And we were very surprised to get a post-race report to say that her next start will be in Doomben, in a maiden, and then she would be put away and set for the Queensland Oaks in the autumn.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So a couple of owners actually said to me after they watched the race, they felt like they'd lost their job or split up with their wife. So they were a bit devoed. But now Waller's just said she's a immature staying filly.
Yeah.
I've won the Oaks with similar horses to her in the past, and that's where we should be going. So she's on her way to Brisbane as we speak, or the Gold Coast she'll be housed, and you'll see her next to Doomben in a maiden. and then hopefully she can knock that off. She'll be straight to the paddock and set for the Oaks in the winter. So that's put a few smiles back on the faces of a few of the owners and breeders, and a little bit of excitement there as they plan for their next winter holiday at the Gold Coast.
Sounds good. There's good. You can see the planning in that is having a run up there and then obviously spelling up there. So there's a bit of thought going into it. It's not a matter of it's just let's do this. So pretty hard to argue with the Chris Waller team. And Chris Waller.
Well, he said, I've done this on a number of occasions.
Yep. Righto. Oh well. It was feeling like there was a separation. There's been a reconciliation now. So, righto, Tuesday we went to Bendigo and Serious Statement ran well, but it was an end of the prep run we've sort of come to assess it as.
Yeah, gee, she's had no luck this time. Like, last start, through no fault of the rider, she's got cut off and...
Yeah.
Probably looked like she was going to win, and then we go back 3 weeks later and have the run of the race, and she looms like she's just going to say ta-ta and just whacked away like a tired horse. And, you know, it's just frustrating if you got that run the start before you probably win, but she's over the top. She's had enough. That was her 8th run in. I'll be picking her up Tuesday. She'll have a 6 to 8 week break at home until I'm really happy with her.
Yep.
And then we'll start again.
Been that many little peaks and troughs with the training prep as well. So, yeah. Pity we never picked that win up, but she's certainly got wins in her.
Yeah, she showed that.
Yeah.
So, you know, we just got to take our medicine now and put her away and let her mature. And I think next prep you'll probably find she may well get out to the mile. But, yeah, I'll never forget that run at Geelong first up where she made an electric run from back in the field and just showed an enormous turn of foot fresh. So
yeah,
I'll be really looking forward to see if she can replicate that in next time in.
Yep. So there are runners, like I said, 4th and 5th. But upside with, take Arthurian Princess out. There's upside with all the other 3. Hasseltoff goes into a prime area of his racing, Miss Brittany, and obviously Serious Statement. So something to look forward to with all those 3. Going forward, obviously we mentioned Crackerjack Prince is out of the Ballarat meeting tomorrow.
It's just Archie just reported he wasn't 100% happy with him in his final hit out. He's been up for a long time. He's had a lot of racing.
It's been a good prep.
He's probably just shown that it's time for the paddock.
Yeah.
Look, I guess the owners will be disappointed not to go to Ballarat Cup Day and race, but if the horse is not right, there's no point. He'll certainly weighted right up there with 60 kilos. And with the prospect of a lot of rain tomorrow, he doesn't really handle the heavy, so he's probably better off back in the paddock. Yeah,
no, I agree. Like, we've had a great prep of Avoca Cup. The win at Moonee Valley should have been followed up with another win at Moonee Valley. I don't know what he's picked up in prize money, but he's well and truly earned his keep.
He's been a great prep and a lot of fun for those owners travelling around watching him at all different country venues, and also winning at the Valley. Learned a lot about him this prep, that he does like firm tracks and he can go on the Valley, which is a big advantage.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've just got to look after him now. He's a sound horse, and, you know, there's no reason to say why he won't come back next prep the same.
Exactly. And he just missed in your local cup, the Belang Cup, obviously, as well.
It just got too far back, too much weight, too much to do, and the winner just kept kicking. First up specialist, and a handy horse, independent road, so hard to get past him.
Yeah, no, for sure. Also tomorrow we do have we've got Detonator Jack in the Ingham, but I'll go to Stall first, where late Titicaca probably gets her final chance. It's a winnable race. I just hope they bite the bullet and go forward. Stall, again, I don't know what the weather's going to do, but gee, I think you want to be on pace at Stall. Hopefully, she's shown attributes and won her race by doing that. I just hope they take the positive and go forward.
Yeah, well, I've got to be honest, I haven't had a look at the field. I don't know where she's drawn or who's riding her.
Neil Farley.
There.
Neil Farley, gate 5, 1600 metre 58.
Well, it is a leader's track with a short straight. I'm suspecting there will be rain.
Yep.
I don't think that should worry her.
No.
Geelong, she looked like she was going to loom into it, and then just weakened late. So I don't know if she was outclassed or what happened there, but yeah, look, she's running around a benchmark 58 a stall on a Saturday.
Yeah.
She's she's not a horse that we manage in our colours, but she was originally over in Adelaide, and she got relocated by the owners to Peter Chow, who I think's done a pretty good job with her. Certainly got her racing tractably now. It's just a question of how long they want to persevere with this mare before she goes online.
Just off track slightly. Calendar stall racing on the same as the day as the Ballarat Cup. Got me buggered.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that.
Yeah, I just thought it would have been a perfect Sunday meeting. But anyway, more highly paid people make those decisions than us.
Your mates.
Yeah. The big one, the $2 million Ingham Detonator Jack. Collet's on. It's going to be warm up there, Darren, apparently.
37.
Yeah, hot.
Announcement is for all passengers travelling on Qantas Flight 157.
Oh, there's your call.
Unfortunately, we have a small delay on today's service.
That's typical, Pete. Our flight's just been delayed, so we can carry on for about another hour and a half.
Oh, all right. Oh, I oversaw our by then.
Jeez.
Fair dinkum.
Delay getting here, now we've got a delay going home. I love flying on a Friday.
Is that your delay, was it? There you go.
Yeah, delay. Again.
Yeah. Anyway, the Jack. Racing
What do you think? Where do you draw?
15. Now,
What's he going to come out of?
probably 13, 12. I don't know the scratching. He'll come out a couple. He'll come in a couple, should I say. I was listening to Ron Duffy, who's one of the big form gurus up there, and he said he didn't mind him being drawn out there.
I think he's better to draw out than in.
Yeah, for sure. Just didn't know whether it was too wide or...
He's been tipping this horse every start since he's been in Sydney, Ron.
He said he's got a man crush for it.
Right. He has tipped him every time.
Yep.
I've noticed that, and he's a good judge, like you say.
Yeah.
He's drifted. He opened 3.7. He's had a 4.60.
Well, his words were, he opened up ridiculously short odds. He said, and his two things were, the blinkers sharpened him up, for sure. He just worried about also adding in that wetter track. He might not get that tomorrow. Did that sort of complement both? But he said he's just got to be in the finish if he has any luck, was his words.
Yeah, I thought the favourite, well, the other favourite, Wallace horses, bid drew 24, the second favourite.
Yep.
So it's drawn right out. So it makes it hard for it. There's a horse down the bottom of John O'Shea's that I sort of opened up $15, coming to 8.50 real fast.
Right.
So whether they just put up the wrong odds, I'm not sure, but I looked at his form, I couldn't see it beating us. So I know we're back on a firm deck. It's going to be a hot day, so I think it's going to be a question. I think it's just a question of who gets the right run, who handles the heat, whether he can let down the same on a good three. I think the rain's not due till 7 o'clock that night.
Yeah.
But at least, it's going to be hot, 37.
Yeah.
West Sydney's going to be 44, so I'm glad we're not at Rose Hill. Because there's 40-something out there.
And the races.
That was big news during the week, by the way, that they shut Rose Hill in 5 years into housing.
Not wrong. Didn't Gabe Waterhouse give him a clip?
They weren't happy, were they? But it's all about money these days and survival. But anyway, getting back to Jack, look, it's hard to see him not running top 4 in that field.
Hopefully top 3, Darren, because me multis are all around that. I've got him as a win, but I
just think if he turns up in the same form as last week, even though he's got more weight and he's got a firmer track, and I think he's drawn okay.
Yeah.
I think they'll be a little bit more wary of where he is in the field this time.
Yeah.
The other riders they'll all be focused on where he is and whether they try to hold him out 6 wide or they ride against him because he's the horse to beat.
Yeah.
Which the smart ones will.
Yeah.
He's just got to ride his own race, make his own luck. And if he can, on the corner, you're going to know if he's dragging him into the race and wanting to go. Well, he's going to finish off. If he's under any sort of duress on the bend, well, he's probably not going to be in the finish. So
yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, he's in good order. So fingers crossed.
Perfect scenario. 3 wide with cover, about midfield, and let those ones tow you into the race, and just get on the back of them.
We just need speed, don't we? We just need someone to go mad in front.
Yep.
That'll break it up a bit. But Randwick's a big track. Every horse normally gets his chance there. So Collett knows him better than anyone. I think he's grown a leg since he went to Sydney, this horse.
He loves that way. Yeah, well, he seems to race more tractably.
He's going a lot better up there. So
Yeah.
whether that French guy that's trained him under Mar has, got the Melbourne base covered, I don't know.
He sort of used, it's eliminated that sort of rolling into the left this way going. It seems more tractable and, look, he might have just peaked. Not quite peaked last start, and the peak runs tomorrow, so let's hope.
Well, Jason Collins said, he's just in the right place at the right time, and he's lucky to be on the horse, and he won't be getting off it anytime soon.
Yeah, no, that's a good recommendation. And I mean, if you've got these $1 million races popping up here at left, right, and centre, he can stay in Sydney for a little while.
There's a few owners in this horse that will be probably buying Rosehill themselves and having it as a private racecourse the way they're going on this horse.
Yeah, they punt heavy, don't they?
They punt heavy, and they got plenty of them.
Yeah. Anyway, good luck, Jack. We'll be all kicking down the door about 4:20. I think the race is 4 o'clock actually.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
There'll be a few nervous owners at about 3:45 on Saturday.
Yep.
But they'll all be watching the racing. I mean, last start, the gong. I was getting texts all day. Oh, it's a leaders track. The first 3 leaders on the fence have won. I don't think we can win. And then the track changed, and then the texts started flying around again.
I want to see him at 3:45, 12 hours onwards from that time if he wins. There was
well, you just go down to the local cells and you'll find them all.
or the King's Cross. Sunday we have a mare making her return to the races under the care of Robbie Griffiths called Queen of Melwa. A mare showed a lot of promise in her first prep, was a good winner at Kyneton. I don't know the full story, but obviously she sustained an injury somewhere along the line after that. And
I think she was just immature, actually.
Was it? Right. It's been a fair break.
Yeah, she's been out a while. She's a filly we sold through the Melbourne sales, and Robbie Griffiths bought her, and we bred her with a few partners, and I think about 5 of us kept a share to race her because she was such a good-looking mare, and we just thought we'd keep a share and race her for a bit of fun. Obviously, we liked the family out of Mumbai, and she showed good promise early on. She went to the paddock. I don't think she had any sort of injury. She was just immature.
Yeah.
She may well have come in and sustained a foot abscess or something, or she might have got up and going a little bit, and then they'd had to go back out because it was too wet. I just can't recall why, but she was always going to be a late maturer, and this prep should be her prep, and he's got her in at the right time now. For a horse that's looking for firm tracks.
Yeah, and interestingly, first up over 1,400, so they've got a bit of work into it by the looks. And I suppose
there's plenty of trials. I wouldn't like to be putting me last 100 on her at Werribee on a Sunday last race, first up 1,400 on a typical leaderish track. I wouldn't like to be holding my breath there, Pete, first up.
No, and see, a bit of weather dependence too, where the rain hits and how much as well. So anyway.
We probably should send a congratulations message out to Griffiths and to Cock on their big performance last Saturday.
Yes.
They won the Sandown Guineas.
King Magnus wins.
And King Magnus won the Group 3. So they had a big day there, a run and double, Group 2 into Group 3.
Big day. Yep,
and they're so impressed with King Magnus, they've sent him up to try and beat Detonator Jack in Sydney.
I see that. They're going to the old 7-day back up interstate. He's a good horse.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, good. He'll notice the weather change anyway.
Well, it'll be a big shock to the system.
Absolutely. So there are our 4 runners. I give them. I give them all some sort of chance. Obviously, Detonator Jack's the one we're all hoping for. Lake Titicaca finds a right race, and I won't be writing Queen of Melwa off unless it gets real wet.
Well, I can see what's going to happen here. You're going to get the Molly into Detonator Jack, and then you're just going to offload the whole load onto Queen of Melwa on the Sunday and the last.
No, I would have.
You want to just keep out $30 so you can go and buy some KFC for dinner.
I'll buy that first, and I'll forget about racing on Wednesday if my multi gets up. I'll give you on Sunday if my multi gets up.
Any sneaky little trials you saw during the week? I saw one.
Oh, I saw one that won. I forgot it last week. Think of Wilds, Dealing Aces won at Bendigo.
Yeah, I saw a little jump out of one of our
Yeah,
T. Davennick's got in his yard, and you know, you go to the trials twice a week, and we have heaps of horses trial. There's not often you see one do what that unraced filly out of Crack the Code did.
No, but I wasn't going to mention that for the owner's sake, Darren.
Well, I didn't actually say the name of the horse, but
They get
I was
looking
very
there.
interested because Mr. Davennick was straight on the phone to me saying that the last trial, the trial before this trial, he had 2 in it.
Yep.
And his other horse beat her.
Yep.
And then he trialled them again against each other, wherever those trials were during the week.
Camperdown.
She improved 3 to 4 lengths to beat the other horse clearly.
Yes.
And the other horse didn't go forward. So he said, I don't know how good she is. I don't know where the bottom of her is. But she's an exciting filly. Obviously got talent.
Yep.
And at this stage, she's untapped.
I was there watching it with young Dara, and she missed the start at all. And she booted through and just kept running.
Looked a bit like a mum to me.
Yeah, so he did mention Terang, a maiden, 1100, big track,
Yes.
first up.
And then Tom said, maybe we better go to Geelong.
Right, which is
And
Friday.
as one of the owners said to me, who's an ex-jockey himself, Crack the Code debuted at Flemington.
Yep.
The daughter's going to debut at Terang. Oh, no, it's going to debut at Geelong. We're getting closer to Melbourne.
I think it was a big Vobis money. That's why I looked at it. Wasn't it a Vobis race at Terang?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he's going on for both and have a look. But no, more than happy with that. She might be our next sneaky little
Stakes.
to get behind.
Stakes mare. Yeah, no, look, doing everything right. And I love the way they improve off trials without
Good horses do, don't they?
without much under much duress too. So there was a couple of owners there sitting up in the stands having a look and walked away quite content.
Yes, well, one of them sent me a video
Yep.
of the jump out
Yep.
where I got, went for about 12 seconds the video.
12 seconds.
I got 1 second of the horse and 11 seconds of the grass. The grass looked in good order there near the line, but it didn't really. www to jogonracing.com.
The track was in good nick, so you got to.
And they know who they are.
Yes, well, anyway, they're all smiles and they're quick to ask me what the time was. So it was quite the time.
What'd you say? 12:30.
Yeah, the time was quite relevant to other trials during the day. So, or the better trials, should I say? So no.
So any other sneakies to multi up with Jack?
I was dirty on that dealing aces. It got under my sleeve. I didn't even know that Wilds thing, and he had a good one win at Sandon as well. No, I haven't. I've been too busy to have a look, Darren. Does that make
Well, I'm struggling to find anything to multi up with Jack because we did that big multi last time at $35, but this week I think we're struggling.
I've got two. They're both two Noblet horses into Jack. Now I've taken the punt. They're both one's $7, one's $5. One's in the 955 tonight, the sprint race called Moon and Back. Trialled super. And the other one is a horse called All About Eve that's running tomorrow in race 3, number 11. It's $7 and it's done the same. And he likes, All About Eve, and it likes the wet too.
I don't mind that horse. I do know it.
Yeah. So first up, very good record, unbeaten at Ballarat. I think it might be 3 from 3 at Ballarat. So
that's the track.
So it'll get a few favours even with the rain. Yeah, though I just thought $7 and $5 into 5, or what's Jack? You'll get $4 about him. There me too.
There's a little first starter there. I think it's the first starter. No, it might not be a first starter, but it's in the 2-year-old race, the Magic Millions race at Ballarat.
Yep.
There's a McAvoy horse in there by the new side, Too Darn Hot. Can't come up with its name, Pete. But
I've just got
a little bit of a story about how good that horse might be.
Righto, well I'm just clicking on the screen. People are watching this as I do it. We'll highlight it in the 2-year-old race.
Yep, one start straight to the Gold Coast is the word.
So there's a horse, the 2-year-old classic. So we've got one called Arabian Summer. Had 2 starts for McAvoy.
That's the one, I think.
And there's another one called Power of 3. You've got Michael D on it. The other one's got Harry Coffey.
Prices are they?
Oh, I couldn't tell you the prices. I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's the one that's shortest in the market. I'm pretty sure it's the first one you mentioned.
Yep.
So we might be just taking that into Jack.
Righto, there you go. There you go. Anyway, maybe with those three we've mentioned, that one, Arabian Summer, all about even mooning back tonight into Jack and see how we go.
We'll see if anyone can afford to go out and buy a new car this week after taking that multi.
Yeah, with the nice navy seam lines on the fluoro yellow car. Anyway.
That's it.
All right, well,
Well, that's about it.
you better go and have a... Yeah, what? It's drink o'clock nearly. It's 11:45.
Well, we were supposed to be boarding, Pete, but as usual, we'll just sit here for another few hours.
Yeah, unbelievable. Just what you want.
Can't believe it. Anyway, all right, well, thanks for that.
No worries.
Good luck to everybody. Have a great weekend, and for those owners and supporters of Detonator Jack, all the very best of luck, and have a great time up there, and good luck with the horse on the day.
And we'll be at Dan Murphy's next week, more than likely.
Yes.
Beautiful. Have a good weekend, everyone.